Nah, I should go. No, that's fine.
Holy shit, we're live and oh, there we go. Now we popped up. And you're sideways, Kevin.
Oh, let me change that. Sorry for camera.
Yeah. But yeah, welcome to the Drunken Guardian Gaming Podcast, episode 43. I'm your host, the Drunken Guardian, Danny Martinez, and today we got the usual. We got Boneless Bones, TV, Kevin.
What's going on, guys? Bonus Bones here, back at it again with another
Randy,
stream.
Ragnarok.
Yeah, it's me.
Here.
I hear.
With the Nicolas Cage, Sonic.
Son Nicolas Cage.
Son Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas
Cage. And then the sober guardian Danny is here as well.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
So
Shout
today,
out to our one watcher today.
to what? That's okay.
To our one viewer.
Yeah, that's funny. So I'm drinking something interesting. It's just a regular Negroni. If anybody knows what
Peppermint
Negroni,
schmuck.
it's like a Campari. It's like a bitter drink, Campari sweet vermouth and gin. But the gin that I'm trying is like this purple shit, which is actually kind of gross. But I'm trying it with the Campari though. Yeah, like the fucking gin like tastes like nothing. I think it's just like it's called Empress Gin. So I think it's more of a novelty because it's like a blue gin and then it turns kind of purplish when you put like tonic water in it. But I'm trying it with this and it's not too bad. So at least it's something. Is anybody else drinking anything today?
First off, Campari is pretty fucking gross.
I love it. Negronis are my favorites.
Dude, this
That name sounds gross. Like you're
Negroni.
drinking a Negroni. What the fuck?
I mean, to be fair,
It's
it is like
Italian.
an old person drink.
It is.
What is it?
It's a
Negroni.
very old person drink.
I have two Negronis right here. You can find.
What is it? Fucking. Before we get sidetracked, this one place that I used to work at, it was like a hazing ritual to take a shot of Campari for like the new people.
Really?
Ew.
Yeah, because that shit's disgusting.
Yeah. Well, it's
They're
especially hard to drink when you're drinking it straight up. Hell yeah. But
Oh, no, of
mix it in
course.
with other
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It's a little bit more tolerable.
A little bit more, but it would be they'd be like, oh, like, so what's your knowledge on liquor? And if you're like, I don't know, they're like, here, try this. They're like, what is it? Oh, it's Campari. You down it and then you want to fucking barf.
Yeah, it's deceiving too because it's red, so it looks like cherry or like strawberry flavor.
Yeah, like grenadine.
Yeah, but
Make
that's
me
not
know
even
when to drink
close.
Nah, no, that shit's deadly.
There's
Are
a
you
drink
drinking
bottle
anything,
also that's better.
Randy? I know Kevin isn't.
Yes, I am. I don't know if you know of this beer. It's a little underground. It's from this place called Belgium. It's called
IPA?
Stella. No, it's a Stella Artois.
You drinking Stella?
I'm drinking a Stella Artois. Yeah, I know.
Okay. You're like, it's from a place called what? Belgium?
Yeah, Belgium.
Okay.
want
What have you guys been playing lately, Kevin?
You're not gonna ask me what I'm drinking? That's fucked up.
Yo, bro,
Yeah,
but
okay.
I'm drinking
Water.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
it's
am I
in the
drinking?
name right here. You're drinking water or
wait,
some
wait.
bullshit girly drink?
Hold
or-
on.
I'm
Hold on.
drinking
Is
water.
Kevin sipping on that Super Saiyan Rosé wine?
Of course, I got the ring, so you know I gotta sip on this rose.
Hold on. Yeah, pinky up. There you go. Perfect. All right.
Always, baby.
First
Always.
off, he didn't even taste it, right? He didn't get that little sample. He didn't switch it around.
Nah,
That's
bro.
it.
I did that before we even got to this point. I was like, smells like a nice rank.
Bro, you really do right now look like you're on a casting couch.
I am.
Oh my
so you
god.
Got him on a
didn't
casting
take that
couch.
shirt off? Oh man.
So you got a rosé and all right. So yeah, Danny's got. You literally said you just got water.
Yeah, I got water.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be asked. I fell off
Oh
top.
man. Kevin, what you been playing lately?
Wait, hold on. Is your water on the rocks? Is it neat? Like, what's going on here?
It is on the
Is
rocks.
it Celsius? Are we? What is going
No,
on?
no,
It's
that's
on the
too
rocks.
dangerous.
On the-
That's too dangerous.
on the-
Seltzer
no,
waters is
I
just
like
too
it.
much.
You're right. I don't like seltzer water. I think it's gross.
Oh, I agree.
But once he has a sip of that seltzer water, he's a different man. Let me tell you that.
I get
Yeah,
all
he's
handsy and shit,
angry
so-
with seltzer water. I don't like Danny when he's angry.
Starts throwing the salsa water around.
And with tonic water, he's a little too touchy feely. But that's just personal
Yeah.
experience
Oh my
there.
god, tonic water tastes like earwax. So I'm jacking out. That's
It's
what
so
it
bitter
is.
too.
Why do you
It's
know what
bitter,
that tastes
too.
like?
You
I have
never
my time.
dug in your ear and
My
then
time.
shit, put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
fuck it, see what it
Never.
tastes like.
you never just be like,
Okay, all right, back. We're going back. Kevin, what have you been playing?
Persona Strikers. I'm close to beating the game, and then I'm jumping on Catherine.
Resident Evil? You were close? Is that what you said?
No, Strikers.
Oh, Strikers.
No, just Strikers.
Damn, I figured that'd be a longer game. Or you just been playing a lot?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
Oh, Switch.
Randy, what about you?
I've been playing some Hunter. I capped off. Well, I didn't reach the cap, but I unlocked the cap limit of 999, and I'm like 52 right now.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I've still been playing Nier. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's a fucking trip. Jesus Christ! Like I
Good-
really like
good
that
story.
game. Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, I haven't played too much Nier. I've played about like 8-ish hours since last week.
Yep.
But to be fair, I did play like 12 in one fucking solid day. So
I feel you.
no, either way,
Danny?
it's still amazing.
Danny,
I
what about
played
you?
half an hour. I played half an hour of Resident Evil at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh.
Scared myself into not playing it anymore. Fuck that crap. I thought there was somebody in the house.
Did you get up
I
to the
don't like it.
dollhouse at least?
Yeah, I thought all my kids were up.
Oh man.
Fuck that game. Not playing it no more.
I'm scared. After Danny and I had that discussion after the podcast about that, I was like, I don't even want to play the game. You making me not want to play it. I'm gonna be playing
Dollhouse
Netflix
is the
and Netflix.
worst part, man. Oh, that was
I'm
so
done.
scary.
I can't do it. I am way too old to be scared like that.
Actually, no, hold on. The part after that, it's really up your alley, Kev.
Really? Is it anime?
It's super fucking anime.
All right.
What?
We got this.
The mech.
Oh god, that's
Yeah.
the last. That's the final. Well, before the final boss, that's the final encounter.
Isn't that after a dollhouse though? No.
No, you do the dollhouse, and then you do the fish dude, and then him.
Oh, I forgot the fish was a thing.
Yeah,
Y'all
I saw
also
the video.
forgot
I didn't care about that.
You also forgot
Yeah,
that
he-
Kevin was still in the beginning of the game.
yeah. Well, I mean, it was
Yeah,
still no spoilers or
yeah,
anything,
spoilers,
but
yeah.
like you meet them all in the beginning anyway. So, but the fish dude, he's probably my least favorite
Threatening.
part of the whole thing. Yeah, the least threatening. Too.
Why?
The least memorable.
Is he
He's
like the
easy, and it's mostly like not quick time events, but it's like very scripted. So it's just
Linear,
I
very
seen the-
linear.
I
Yeah,
So
I
it's
watched
like
I watched a video on all the a speed run of all the boss fight
yeah.
because the official speed run is not out yet to the end of the month.
Mm.
You know, like the contest, whatever they call it, fucking things.
I've been
But
hearing some people passing this game in like an hour or two. Like I don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck they're
2
doing.
hours.
Yeah.
What the
They had
fuck?
2 hours.
Yeah.
On, and this is on that whatever the highest nightmare village fucking mode is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ethan must die.
Is that so? What it's
It's called
called?
Village something.
Village
No,
Village of Shadow.
Village of Shadow. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Also,
That's
lots
cool,
of
man,
people
actually, but-
die.
Yep.
So
You
that's
played
the
30
mode of
minutes
it.
of that, and I know you've been playing Outriders.
and then Outriders. That's it. After
Yeah.
that, I switched to Outriders, something more lighthearted. You know,
It's lighthearted.
Uh,
fuck, I almost put on Little Big Planet. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. That's fuck. I need something like.
He's like, yo, String Boy saved my life right now.
String boy. Sackman.
That's
Yeah.
what he
I
calls
swear to
String
God, I thought the kids were awake, and I'm like, what the fuck? She is Lydia awake? The hell? And I go upstairs, and I'm like, fuck, what is that? There's nobody.
then you
here.
see
Fuck
the
this
giant
thing. I
goo
ain't playing
baby
it.
running down the stairs.
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
I've been playing Destiny as usual.
Take a shot. Take a shot. Take a shot.
The new
That's
season.
Mhm.
No, take a shot at Campari.
No, I took a big swig of that right now. I've been playing Destiny. The new season started last week, so I'm playing with that. I'm kind of happy that they lowered the level cap because usually every season the level cap is like up to they raise it by 50 points. But from this season and on, they're only doing it for 10 points. It's a lot easier to level cap. So that way you could do the raid and you could do the end game content a lot quicker. So I'm thankful for that because for the most part, I like to play maybe like the first 3 weeks at the most of each new season. And then I get bored. And then I move on to other stuff because there's so much other shit to play.
No, because
So
Destiny's boring.
Ooh.
it's boring once you got the gameplay loop, which is like usually the
all
first
all the same. It's the same fucking.
usually the first 2 or 3
Oh my
weeks.
god, this perk is so fun. It's the same 3 perks we always play.
3 days
Usually
later.
the first 2 or 3 weeks you're collecting all the new exotics, you're doing that kind of stuff, and then you're also I'm still in it for the story, so the story is pretty damn good right now. So they're doing a lot of old shit that for people that focus on the lore a lot more, they're actually bringing it into the game so people could understand it more. So I'm loving like the whole connection with all that stuff now. So I've been doing a lot of Destiny mostly after Resident Evil. I didn't get to touch Returnal for a while because I just got to be in the mood for that shit.
Yeah, that's the game I'm gonna. Oh, sorry. You go.
Aside from that, I did 2 reviews for the past week for I never mentioned this in the actual podcast, but I do reviews now for the coalition.com, which is it's not just gaming, but they do a lot of nerd stuff on there. It's just movies and TV shows and stuff like that. But I specifically do reviews for them now for gaming. And I've been doing 2 of them for Nintendo Switch, which is Flowing Lights. And then the other one is Backworlds, which just comes out either today or tomorrow. It comes out today. So really simple puzzle games. One of them was like a bullet hell puzzle type of shit. But if you guys want to look at it, look up the coalition.com. It's Flowing Lights and Backworlds. But aside from that,
Hold on. Can we just give Danny a round of applause
For what?
For your reviewing thing.
for you reviewing games?
We're happy for you.
We're
Yay.
happy for you, man. Look.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I'm gonna make it clap, and on my hands, just there
Not
we
your
go.
hands,
Hands
not
for
your
the
hands.
applause. Hands for your
Well,
applause.
I was his connection. I'm his connection. So
Yeah, he is actually because Danny's cousin is the one who hooked me up with the opportunity. So yeah, I talk to him every now and then, and he asked me. Actually, he just sent me a game today to review. I don't know if I can say anything about it yet, but
yeah, whatever.
huh?
So I would have not on this.
Yeah. I don't
They're
know.
very fickle over there.
Yeah, some games he doesn't really tell me if there is an embargo on it or not, so I just wait until I release my review and then I could start talking about it at that point. So I just got one today that I'll be playing for a little bit. Okay, so enough of that stuff. We're gonna go down to the news. Actually, not even the news. I wanted to give a quick congrats to a piece of news that I read, which is People Can Fly. Since we talked about Outriders, People Can Fly is the developers. They just hit 3.5 million players on Outriders. So that's fucking great. Like they're picking up a lot of steam and they're doing really, really well. Square Enix is really impressed with it. So they left comments and stuff like just praising the developers. So I'm excited that Outriders is doing really well. Danny, Destiny Killer.
Yeah, I think it will be, but I think they need to learn how to manage their game. I think they're having more problems than they thought they would. I was telling him that they have a damage mitigation or at least problems that things they tried to fix and end up breaking the game even more.
Yeah,
and it's created more bugs, and it just seems to be going down a bad rabbit hole of creating more bugs than they want and trying to fix things. So then having to spend a lot of time fixing the game versus being able to give you new content. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does. I think it's a learning process for them too, and that it sucks for any developer.
But even
that you're gonna fix something and
Destiny,
then another thing messes up.
Even Destiny still has it. Like,
Hmm.
Destiny came out this new. I was telling him came out the new update right away, season whatever. And as soon as somebody figures out, hey, look, there's energy. What was it, energy sink or whatever it's called? And look,
Oh yeah, yeah,
it can break this entire game now.
yeah.
It breaks PvP completely, and they have to disable it. And but don't it just like Destiny knows how to disable it quickly. They can disable a mod, they can disable a piece of gear or whatever it is, and fix it and then go back to it later. Versus, I think that's outright if they don't know how to fix that stuff yet. They don't know how to go through the process because there is so much you can do. There's just way too much.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a lot. So another quick mention, nothing to get into too much about, but they also announced Zombies Ate My Neighbors remake was coming out for the Nintendo Switch.
Whoa.
So
remake
Oh my
or
God.
yeah, they're still
Classic.
sticking to the 16-bit style, but they're changing up some things, and they're making it like move a lot faster. It's a little bit more fast
give it a
paced.
story.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think you need much story with that stuff, but that was a kind of cool reveal that I saw there because
Yeah.
we and I don't know if you played it, but we're both old enough to have played it. So
That's one of those games that you go, oh, this is a fun game, and then you start playing it, like, this is a fucking hard game.
yeah, it
It
was.
really is a hard game.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
all right.
Did any of you guys, Kevin, Randy, ever play that at all? Like even an emulator or something like that?
course.
Briefly for a bit. So it's exciting to hear that they're doing it again, and
Yeah.
I can't wait for Zombies Ate My Neighbor Integrate.
Oh man. All right, so we're gonna go to the actual articles that we're gonna talk about today. The first one is The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword is being released as an HD remaster, which I'm excited to try again after I had such a bad experience in the initial release because it had a lot of slow pacing and a lot of annoying characters such as Fee. A lot of fucking talking, a lot of hand
Oh, the
holding
sword.
throughout the game. Yeah, the sword. They held your hand throughout most of the game, which was really annoying and slowed down like how much you wanted to just get into the action. So it does, however, have a slight problem, which is the Rue remake. Anyways, it has a slight problem, which is allowing fast travel from anywhere you want, but only if you have the new Zelda or Loftwing amiibo. So this is basically a paywall for a feature that should be included in pretty much every game, since in fact the Skyward Sword game already has a fast travel system, just in only designated parts of the world. So how do you feel about them implementing like a paywall type of thing in order for you to get a feature that kind of should already be in the game?
I have a question.
Randy,
I have a question first. Hold on,
Yeah.
wait, before you answer that.
go ahead.
What's an Amiibo? I was
The
confused by
the
that.
little toys that the Nintendo scans to kind of unlock certain features and shit like that.
Oh,
Sometimes
okay,
you'll
okay.
unlock characters and stuff. It depends on the game.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
You
it's
are
also like
so old.
it's also like a memory card too.
I don't have a Switch.
He doesn't have a
I don't have a
Switch.
Switch.
You didn't have?
God.
Did you ever have a Wii before too? Because they got it implemented in the Wii
On the Wii U.
Wii U, yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
With that
They
mark-
definitely
with
did,
that-
and also
that-
the DS.
I don't remember
Oh,
if you
yeah.
had any of
The
those
3DS.
systems before.
I had a Wii U, but not many games.
Okay.
I don't
Did
think you
they
should
have
ever
a-
admit that you had a Wii U, by the way.
I like my Wii U.
Like the Wii U.
I bet you
I
did.
love playing with my Wii.
Did you have fun playing with your Wii?
Randy, he just said he did.
Ooh.
Me and my wife.
Oh, shit.
I didn't know it was that type of relationship.
I'm sorry, Nintendo. I'm very sorry.
I mean, they named their console.
Like they named it Wii. Like
Yeah, I know, right?
They named it Wii.
They
for
were
kids.
asking for it.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah.
Like, come on,
Yeah,
guys,
like-
play with your Wii. We want to see you play with your Wii. How happy
wanna
are you
see
with
the
your
kids
Wii?
play with their Wii.
Too far now.
Okay. So, all right, moving on. So what are your thoughts on all that news, Randy?
So
Skyward Sword, Amiibo.
yeah,
feature.
no. I know, but it's like I have to break
You
it
asked
down
Kevin
into like.
first, and then he cut him off.
No,
No,
he asked
yeah.
Randy. He asked Randy.
I think it's Kevin.
Well then,
Go on.
I'm gonna break it up into certain parts because, to be honest, Skyward Sword I find to be the weakest Legend of Zelda.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm not too fond of it. It was, as you said, a lot of annoying characters. What was the name? Grease?
Who? What?
See?
So the fucking
The sword?
buff dude. No, not the sword, but like
Oh,
the
I
annoying.
don't. None of
King
them are
Gaston from
memorable to me,
the
but
game.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Just lots of shit that, like, I don't know. I just didn't. I didn't like how it looked per se. Everything. I don't know. Just eh.
So you wouldn't want to try to play it again if they kind of not only just the remastering graphics, but what if they removed a lot of that bullshit dialogue and stuff like that?
Chances are they probably won't remove that, but
yeah,
No,
I
they
doubt it.
won't.
maybe not. And with the thing with the amiibo, it's like, honestly, they're lucky that it's actually kind of cute, but also it's not incentive enough to get the fast travel thing or get the game in a bundle or even in of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's annoying that they're doing this pay to win thing. I know that what is it? I know that Monster Hunter, they came out with like an edition of, like, with the little Magnum Malo amiibo,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah,
But I
wasn't
don't
that like
think
a
it really.
huge one? Like that was
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
really big, right?
It was, but also it didn't really come with anything like that, any restrictions to getting that edition. Like, yes, you got like the extra digital deluxe type of shit, and you got like the physical amiibo, and at most it's just like for the lottery aspect of the shop, and that's about it. So there's no paywall to start adding paywalls in forms of like figures and shit. That's not a smart way to go about it.
And and it hasn't been Nintendo's wheelbarrow. Like, it doesn't feel like Nintendo. It feels like something Microsoft or PlayStation would do. I know they made those little figurine, whatever the fuck the amiibo things were in the past, obviously.
Yeah,
But,
no, because even then, like, to get the amiibos, it was totally optional. Like,
yeah.
some things like came with special ones, like the Mega Man, the Anniversary Edition, came with you either got a gold one or a silver one. Mario did the same shit, and in Smash, the amiibos of the characters that you got, they were like specifically tailored to your play style. Like, because you would level them up, you'd customize them, so you would have like your own version of Link, your own version of Donkey Kong, your own version of fucking like whoever the hell.
They were cheap as hell.
Well, I mean, these amiibos specifically too are still optional. I mean, you're just getting the benefit of being able to fast travel wherever you want, as opposed to like being in a designated area. So,
Oh
don't
no,
you
yeah,
think
yeah,
that's something that they should have just added on there without the
yeah.
amiibos?
It's definitely optional, of course, but quality of life stuff like that should not be hidden by a fucking paywall
Yeah.
No.
in the form of a microtransaction or the form of a figure. If it's something to simplify or like definitely correct an issue that was in a game, then just fix it. Put it in the fucking game itself for the base $60 or $70 choice that you have.
So
And then
for Switch is too
yeah,
much.
right. and then have like the amiibo as just a thing that you could purchase either as a collector's item or separately or whatever.
Sorry, I was
But I'm
just
I'm not
repeating it.
fucking getting it. I'm
No,
not
I
getting it.
wouldn't. I wouldn't either, and I don't agree with it at all. I wouldn't get the game actually, because even though I have hopes that they would remove a lot of the dialogue that I just hated so much about it, I doubt they would. Because I was hopeful with the removal of a lot of dialogue and like a director's cut, I guess you could say, of when we did it Persona 5, where there's a lot of restrictions in that game that they kind of let relax a little bit about. And I was hoping like, okay, Zelda might be able to do the same thing, but Nintendo kind of holds Zelda too close to the chest, and they play it too safe with them. So I doubt they would change anything.
If it's Mario or Zelda,
Imagine
they're
selling
not changing
Nintendo to
shit.
Microsoft
Yeah,
or
right.
PlayStation. That'd be insane. Zelda be chopping people's heads off.
Kevin, I didn't hear anything from you. Like, what are your thoughts?
Cause you
No,
went with him first,
I
and
hate.
then
Because you're out here looking for blood. I'm just out here trying to have a conversation.
oh, look
He
out,
woke
Kevin,
up and chose
that's it.
violence.
He woke up and chose violence. He woke up and chose wake up super. Nah, with that, I hate it. I already hate the idea. It doesn't make sense. That's like in Pokemon. Like you have to pay to put your Pokemon away. Like in the
Oh,
holy
Pokemon
days.
Home.
Are you serious?
No,
I didn't
not
know
even his
that.
home. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it would be like that concept of every time you put your Pokemons in the PC, you have to pay money to have like certain blocks. I'm like, what would be the point of that? Especially fast travel in that big ass Legend of Zelda. Every Legend of Zelda game should have fast travel to an extent.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. You have to pay. I'm basically paying money to have something that is already in the game, and you're making me pay for it because whatever reason. You know what I mean? It's dumb. It's a dumb idea. Strongly
Danny?
disagree.
As for the game, I never played it, and I probably never will.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look that interested in me, so I don't really care on that aspect. But for the paywall
But the
part,
idea of it, yeah.
the idea of the little Evo part, I'm with everybody else. I just think it's something unnecessary. It's a slippery slope. You start with that, and then what next thing you know, it's play to win fucking bows and shit like that as you go in other games.
Infinite ammo or hearts or some shit.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
You got to pay to get the
that's a
Master
slippery.
Sword.
Yeah,
Ooh,
exactly.
off the Master
Exactly.
Sword?
Like it's not something that's in the game. Maybe there's not something that's in the game that they could have easily added. Instead, they made it. You pay for it, and I think that's kind of messed up. It should just be an aspect of the game that they add.
Yeah, I agree. Agree with all of it. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how many of those amiibos. There are a lot of like heavy collectors for those amiibos things, regardless if they're going to use it for the actual features of the game or not. Those amiibos, like some of the rarer ones, they run as high as like if you're collecting like a Beanie Baby or a Pokemon card or something.
A Beanie Baby, holy shit, dude, your age is showing.
Shut up.
I was curious because I wanted to get the Magnamala, and it wasn't more so because I wanted the Magnamala. I wanted the cards the cards for Monster Hunter that they have that you can use for the game, right? And they have like an armor set that you can get that's like a cosmetic, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, I would want that. The Magnamala, it being $100, was like no. The fact that a Mewtwo, like Mewtwo in the box, is the same price as a Magnamala as an amiibo, I was like, that's fucking overrated. That I was like, I don't even want to pay that price for like even if you just want one to have it or like to collect it because it's like your favorite character. Like I'll get Falco, and I have to pay like the same price as a new game. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
And
As half a console.
I'm still confused on the fucking amiibos. So the amiibos, I remember when the amiibos first came out. I'm looking at a picture of them. Wasn't it a game for the Wii U with like Pixar and it was kind of like
No,
they had all these characters.
I know
You're
what
talking
Disney.
about the Disney thing.
Disney
Yeah,
what?
Infinity.
Infinity, yeah, Infinity.
Infinity, yeah.
And
That's what
also in a similar vein, Skylanders.
Yeah,
Skylanders.
Skylanders actually started it
Yeah,
first before
Skylanders.
even Nintendo did it. So yeah, it's the same concept. It's little figurines with like a little information chip on the bottom base in order for it to be scanned by your Wii U or your Switch or whatever it may be. And it also plays a little bit like a memory card. So it saves information on there. It's for like to carry out character stats, unlockable stuff, features, whatever it may be. Like it does a lot of shit.
So it's like a memory card. Like
So it sounded like they took the idea of that Disney Infinity shit because that's basically what that was. They had the game, it had a memory card.
Yeah.
And if you attach it to it, it gave you more aspect of the game.
Yeah.
Like,
They just made
so
it
that's
more
basically what it
universal
is.
now. It says you
so
could use it for
so they
multiple
took that
games.
concept and then they made it for other. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Because the thing with Skylanders, wasn't it that it's like a character, like let's say for example I don't have Spyro because Spyro was in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't have Spyro, it's just you don't have Spyro.
You have to buy Spyro in order to play him in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like you lose the character like Smash Bros. That you just don't get Sephiroth because you don't get the amiibo. You just don't get the character, and you have to play the game without him.
Right.
I found it like that like cool, but then I was like, you have to spend more money because like they were like what $20, $30.
Oh yeah, the
pop.
Skylanders did really well, so they made a lot of money on those little things.
They made their bank in dibs.
Yep.
Is that still a thing, anyways?
Skylanders, no, not really.
No.
Didn't they shut down
I
the
don't
server
think
for,
I've
like,
heard a thing about it.
a while ago. Let's see.
I don't know.
All I
mean,
know is that they
maybe
made like Spyro disgusting looking.
Yeah, he looks
yeah, they
sick.
did.
Yeah.
Their art style is very different. Like I'm sure the game is still going on. I think if the servers haven't shut down, but they're definitely not selling like more figurines or something.
They're like $14 now for,
Yeah.
for three.
Oh, we out.
Yeah, we out.
So we're gonna go on to the next article. So WB and DC have confirmed Injustice: Gods Among Us is going to be an animated TV show. So what do you think of even more superhero TV shows coming, like just getting more popular, especially when now it's also related to a video game, which is another trend that's been going on a lot right now, is bringing that kind of stuff into television and back in movies. Danny?
Injustice is not a video game. I mean, sorry. Injustice is not just a video game. Injustice is a whole comic book series. The game's based
Yes,
on the
it did.
comic books. Different.
Yes, it did, but we're talking about the game right now.
Yeah, but is it just because I read that? Is it? I know it's Injustice, so that everybody's thinking about the game, but
Yeah.
WB has a whole line of movies and shit that they've done all the time. Like
So
that's what they do.
the game exactly follows the comic book, and the only reason why I'm picking this article is because the game is involved. So I'm just wondering what your thoughts are of the TV show being done.
A TV show? Is it a TV show or a movie? Sorry.
TV
TV
show.
show.
It's a series.
TV show.
Animated
Oh,
series.
okay. Okay, that'd be cool. But either way, I think that's much cooler than a movie. But they do good. WB does great animes or cartoons or whatever you want to call them, like the Batman. You guys ever see the Batman Shanghai, whatever the fuck
Any
it
of
was?
the Batmans,
They-
yeah.
Yeah, they that was awesome. The art style on that was just great. They had like the Joker looking gone back into that anime type style, and they do a great job at them. They can do whatever they want. Almost like even though the Superman, what was it? He's a Russian. Like, what if Superman
yeah,
landed in
Red
Russia
Sun.
instead?
Red Sun.
Yeah, that was awesome. Like,
Yeah.
it was great. It just like the comic book, so they can stick more true to the comic in those series than they can in a movie. With all these bad directors, because they give them way more leeway. So I think it's a great idea if you want to get that story, really get it going.
Yeah, it'll
And
definitely be
people like-
more adult too, for a
People
storyline like
and-
that.
Exactly, and people like those more adult storylines, like those. That's why people like the Teen Titans, and people like the Young Justice, and clamor for it to come back, because they let them go more true towards the comics than they would if it was a really bad Snyder cut.
Mm-hmm.
What about Randy?
So I'm excited for it.
What about Kevin?
What about Bob?
Isn't that a movie? What about Kevin?
Yeah, exactly.
Kevin?
Nice movie.
Randy,
Kevin, no
thoughts?
here.
You have any thoughts?
No thoughts, head empty. No, kidding. Fucking the Injustice games were already a movie as it is, or like a show, I guess.
Yeah.
Because NetherRealm had that like weird thing after Mortal Kombat X where it's like just a playable movie. So I don't know. I don't follow much of like the comic book stuff, to be quite honest with you guys. It's
Did you
cool, I
didn't really
guess.
play the
But
game, or you wasn't into the game much?
not only was I not like into the game much, but like, no, yeah, that's really it
That's pretty
actually.
much it.
Yeah, no, because again, no, the layout it's the same. Like NetherRealm, what they did with Mortal Kombat, because okay, it was first Mortal Kombat in DC, then MKX, and then like the whole Injustice shit. It's just character A comes in, says one thing, character B comes in, says other thing, character A retorts, and then character B is like, oh, let's fight, and then you start with your typical Mortal Kombat bullshit, but with the DC skin over it.
Yeah.
So I think that's mainly what it was that like put me off of it as a whole.
I think you're
So-
simplifying it though. Like it was
Bro,
a lot. It was a lot deeper than that.
Play MKX though. Play MKX
No,
and tell me it's not the
but
same bullshit.
Mortal Kombat, yes, it is the same bullshit, and I agree with you. But Injustice is a very different thing.
Yeah, I love the story for it.
Yeah, like they
Right,
they
right.
really.
It was
So
really
I'll give it
good.
another shot then.
I had
I'm sorry,
never
and then
I had never read. Go ahead, Danny.
The customization and it was really fun because
Okay.
you can you can. It was almost had that RPG type element of like you put your chest and it gave you power. You can. Your clothes weren't just for show. It
Mm-hmm.
was when you're playing to upgrade your character.
Yeah.
Make them stronger,
So,
and that aspect was way different from anything Mortal Kombat's ever done.
aside from the gameplay, the story is what got me wanting to read the comic afterwards because I didn't never read the comic until I played the game, and the game like focused on this huge like turning point for Superman because everyone knows Superman is this like goody goody
Boy
two
Scout.
shoes like
He's a Boy
perfect Boy
Scout.
Scout, and just this one thing that the Joker does makes him snap, and then the whole world, this whole universe turns upside down, and like there's this whole war between like it's kind of like civil war. Like there's these half of these superheroes who believe in Superman and what he's doing, and then there's another half who doesn't. And they're fighting against each other, and this whole political stuff going on. Like it's really good.
To be 100% fair and like straight like opinionative on this, I would much rather read these things than play a video game based off of them. Even if it's like a frame for frame, panel for panel, like adaptation of it, I would much rather read it. But that's just me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Definitely.
Kevin,
Yeah. So
and
yeah.
I know Kevin, you're into the fighting games. You probably played a lot more than most of us. I'm assuming. So what do you think?
Okay, so believe it or not, I'm not just a fighting game buff. I'm a comic fanatic, anime fanatic. I love it. I'm basically like almost big ass nerd. So me
And
watching
You mean nerd with the big ass, right?
big ass nerd, but me reading the comic because I read the comic through and through. I played the game, and like me watching the animated series, it was like it's like I felt like it should have been comic movie game rather than comic game movie. Like it feels so weird for like it to be made after the game rather than the game be made after the movie. But I'm excited for it. I just watched the Batman. What was it? What was it?
Bruce
Justice
Lee?
League Apocalypse? No.
The most recent one, I think,
Bruce
is Long Halloween. Is that the one?
Yeah,
No,
I haven't
I
seen that
watched-
one yet though.
I watched what was it? Justice League the Apocalypse Dark World, the animated series,
Yeah.
and that
Okay,
one,
that was on
that
there.
if they can capture that, and that was like last year. If they can capture what that movie did to me,
Yeah.
that movie made me attached to no character because it was so crazy with how they did it, and like it's like, oh, it's a DC, nobody's gonna die, and then it's like somebody gets killed, like you know what I mean, like consistently. It's like every 30 seconds somebody's getting murdered. They can capture that, like that surprise factor, especially the series of Injustice. Injustice is not, it's so straightforward. Like
Yeah.
it's less confusing than Civil War. Civil War 2, hate it.
Civil War 2 Marvel?
Yes, I hate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I
that
hate
was
that.
really bad.
That was a really bad story.
They were just
but,
trying to catch that spark from the first one, and it kind of failed.
They were.
Yeah.
yeah.
The first one was great when fucking was that
Amazing.
the giant man died, whatever his name.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I forget his name.
Yeah, the most worthless like.
That's what I was actually expecting with the movie. I was hoping like they were gonna kill somebody off, which is the reason why the war
Yeah.
stopped in the first place. And I thought it was gonna be
Well,
Rhodey, and they just ended up just
Yeah,
hurting him.
yeah, they can't kill off characters like that.
I get it. It's Disney.
Not that early.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
They
No,
did
no,
now.
no.
But they
Just
can
because, mainly because it's Disney.
but they can kill off Killmonger. Come on, bro. It does not make.
Well, he's a
sense.
villain though. He's not a
But
he's
he's
not
a
he's not a
villain.
pot- he's not a potential
you can't-
franchise.
Yeah.
But again, you.
Well, he
you
could have
kill-
been a potential
Yeah,
franchise.
like
but...
you kill off Thanos, you kill off Killmonger, like Tony
Just
Stark got
just remember though, in the comic books, you're never dead. So they could do the same thing with any character in the
They
MCU.
could.
It's true. But final thoughts. I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to watch it. Big DC fan, love Batman.
Yeah, me too.
I would just want. I just want to know how like if they capture they capture the spark, the all spark, of that entire series. That's all I need.
You're over here crossing genres and shit.
You know, man, I'm mixy. That's it.
All right, so we're gonna stop there.
Going to the
And
next one, I'm gonna get another beer.
all right, yeah. Actually, you guys want to take a break because I can make myself another drink real quick. Actually,
Hey,
We'll be
all right.
right back after
Yep.
these messages.
After these messages.
Messages. Hold
Keep
on, let
this
me
right
put you.
here.
Let me
And then
get.
put the what is it, the California raisins?
Let me put you guys on the
Oh,
BRB
see,
real
now
quick.
that's my age right there too.
We're showing my secret age.
California. That's not our. That's before it's a California racism. What fucking old do you think you are? We saw a commercial, but the actual California raisins was way before our time. Hello?
Pour yourself some more water before you piss on stream.
That was the water, but then yeah, I forgot that sound was like that.
Oh, that shit was amazing. Because you're just having a conversation, I hear the trickle, and I'm like, I know he's getting water, but
I heard that back once on I listened to the podcast over, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make conversation. I'm like, I'm taking a piss. Okay, and he stopped doing that. Dead air. That's when all both our viewers leave.
Just static playing in the background. Everybody leaves. All right, guys, it was a pleasure.
And we're back.
Welcome.
Cool. So, is Randy back? Did Randy get back?
no.
Nah, he's not here yet.
It wouldn't be a good bartender if I can't do this in like 2 minutes.
Right.
You're still looking up the recipe.
Yeah. Oh man,
just fucking Google it.
I've had well, you know what? I'm not gonna talk about work. So we're back now. So we're gonna talk about the next article, which we're still gonna stick with the whole TV show theme because they have just announced also that Final Fantasy VII Remake is getting an animated series for Netflix. Now, this is going to be directed by Tetsuya Nomura himself, who has had a hand in the Final Fantasy franchise for a long time now, so he knows what he's doing. This will focus on a prequel to the remake itself, and then a second part which takes place during the events of the remake game. Danny, I know you're the Final Fantasy fan. You want to talk about this at all?
I'm excited. I mean, I gushed in my pants really bad when I read that. So I was super excited. I mean, they're gonna do a great job. I mean, he's a good director to use that and to bring some storyline into the game, what they're trying to do. I think it's adding on to the world that they're trying to build right now in this remake world.
Yeah.
And they haven't even that bad Final Fantasy Spirit Away bullshit.
Ooh.
Yeah, horrible storyline, but look
Why are we
great.
talking about that?
Yeah, I
Eesh.
know. I was can't even talk about that. Not think so bad, but still, it still looked great. You know what I mean? Like, so it had the potential to be great. But either way, like all the Final Fantasy having children was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So it's even like a tenth
Love
of
having
that.
children.
Yeah, like, if it was a tenth of having children, it'd be fine.
Yeah.
You know? And again, they're building this great world. The game looks like a movie already. You know, most of it is you just playing as cutscenes to see what's going on. So it should be interesting. I can see them doing a lot of Zack stuff. You know, doing a lot
Some
of
flashbacks and stuff.
yeah, like of how he got that, like doing that whole scene of Cloud, maybe when he was younger,
Yeah.
and doing all that in the form with Sephiroth instead of maybe them cutting that out of the game and instead they're doing it in the show. I mean, that would be interesting.
Yeah. Kevin, what do you think? Is he even alive?
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, I just the only question I wanted to ask was mainly, is it going to fill in? Does the remake fill up, like, answer most of the questions or all of the questions? Like,
The remake pretty much touches on like a half of the first CD of the original game. It's mostly just their adventures, beat by beat, the same thing as the original game from where they
It's like
all
the first 6
meet.
hours.
Yeah, it's from when they all meet to the point where they escape from the city.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy OG was about that aspect, probably 2-3 hours long, at most, and then it turned this into like a 14-15 hour game.
Yeah.
okay.
So this animated series, I don't think it's gonna fill in gaps of anything, but I think it's just gonna expand more about what everybody knows
Yeah, no.
about
So
about.
like, sorry for cutting you off,
Go
but
ahead.
I would rather that it. Well, I would hope that it just fills in the gap because, believe it or not, I'm not a big. Not saying I'm not a big. I'm just not very knowledgeable on Final Fantasy VII. So me watching it is gonna be after I play the game because I have to play the game before I watch that.
Yeah,
I just hope it fills in gaps that, like, if I played it and I was like, oh, I didn't understand it, that it like informs me, or like it informs me, but it doesn't beat me over the head with the information. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is this, and then that is that, and then this is a Buster Sword, and then this is a Soldier. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want all the information I already know. I just want, like, the information that I don't know, like what is
it's
Cloud,
it's mostly
or
it's
like
mostly character development. Like I would assume that the animated series would
yeah,
be the same thing as the video games themselves.
mm-hmm.
It's the gameplay is great and all, but like it's really all about the character development. Each character is so in depth. It has so many fucking issues that they go through throughout the entire game. That's so lovable. That's why they've been loved for so long. So I think you'd enjoy that because they go really deep into that stuff.
Okay, so then I'll probably enjoy it. It'll be my first time watching anything Final Fantasy, except for Advent Children, because Advent Children is like a staple.
That's hard to watch without playing the game.
yeah. That
No,
is Having children is really hard to know
so
fully what's going on without playing
so
beating the
so
game.
so the way I got through it is, I've never personally played it, but I've had siblings that have. So it's like, if I didn't understand something, I would, like, they would tell me, and then I'll do my research or whatever. But it was like, it didn't feel as satisfying as, like, being in the
Oh
loop. Like,
yeah.
now I could watch Avid Children and be like, oh, that's Sephiroth, oh, that's Cloud, that, oh, like, I can do all
Yeah.
that now. But
But
like
that was the
before,
beauty of the remake game. Is like it's not just that cloud. It's that's Seven Heavens. Oh, that's this. That's that
hmm
tower. That's that mission. That's that.
hmm
Oh, that's that line. The same exact line.
hmm
Yeah, then the other one just done up, and you can actually fully imagine it, and it
hmm
is what you imagine. Because
hmm
some games, that's the hard part about having something that you imagine in a game being transferred to somebody else's IP is they're taking what you thought in your head and they're making their version of it, and they're never gonna usually get that right. And Final Fantasy Remake, I feel like it did.
I feel like it's, what is the concept? Capturing lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
somehow they did it twice
Oh
with the
yeah.
same game, and
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why I was
yeah.
like, that's why I was like, even now, like, not playing Final Fantasy VII, it made me excited for the remake, like, because I was like, damn, if they did this and they did it like something years later, you know what I mean? It's like, what more, like, what else are they gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, what more that they could do? But with the show, I'm gonna watch it. They already got me
Hell
hooked with
yeah.
the remake. They got me hooked with the OG game, the remake. I'm gonna watch it.
Randy, I never heard anything from you about it.
Okay, so Nomura being involved, super excited.
hmm
Obviously, fucking
hmm
Kingdom Hearts. I'll take like a long ass swig for this one.
hmm
Mm.
Delicioso.
Qué rico.
Qué
No, but
rico.
so reading more on this, it's gonna like really like fill in the gaps for remake one, and then continue as like Intergrade comes out and shit, even like part two.
Ooh,
Hmm.
ooh.
So it's oh, it just seems so exciting because you're really gonna like understand everything because it seems like what they couldn't put into the game, they're gonna put into the show.
Yeah.
Possibly,
You,
yeah.
you know,
I think
and
it'd be
also, sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
I think it's a fun way of creating a universe.
Yeah,
The Disney, Marvel,
Mhm.
whatever, they all the universes. This is their way of doing it, having all these different iterations of entertainment involved in it, and I think that's brilliant.
Brilliant.
Randy, you done with your thought?
Um, so aside from that, this got me really excited. I know it's like a little off topic, but also kind of on topic. Kingdom Hearts is also getting a fucking a show for
Okay.
themselves.
I'll stop you there. Hold on one moment with that.
Hold on.
Because that was actually...
Huh? Keep going. What you saying?
Well, that was something I was going to mention too. So there's the one thing about the article that surprised me is that Square apparently also is working on 2 more animated shows, which is Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy 14. I didn't hear anything about this, so I figured if you knew about this or not. So apparently you do. So I wanted you to talk about that.
I don't know about the Final Fantasy
Okay,
14.
I don't think it's gonna help anything with the story, to be very honest. Like, no, 100%, it's gonna be batshit fucking crazy. Because even Melody of Memory, like the fucking recent rhythm game, it filled in jack shit and left more questions, right? It's apparently going to tie, it says right here, it's supposed to tie in Union Cross, Birth by Sleep, and Kingdom Hearts 3. So with that, Union Cross is way before Birth by Sleep because Union Cross, the mobile game, has a young Ventus who is in Birth by Sleep. But there's like a decent time gap between them because Ventus was put into like kind of stasis. But the characters, the main houses, if you will, from Union Cross end up at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 where, yeah. This show isn't going to do shit for us, but it's going to be really fun to watch.
I can't understand the games. Like, how is this going to help me?
Is that like I know what it's including. I just don't know how they're going to do it, and I don't care how they're going to fucking do it. I just want to fucking see a whole CG animated series about this shit. Especially with especially considering the fact that they're getting a lot of like the original fucking voice actors back.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. Anyways, Kevin, go on.
Yeah, question.
Cool. I have a concern. So due to my calculations, I just realized Square Enix, this is going to be their 3rd anime that I know of. So the first one, I don't know if you guys knew, The World Ends With You has an anime.
Yes.
Oh yes.
I want to watch that so bad.
So I've been watching.
Wait,
like,
do we all need new underwear here?
A bit, just a teeny bit.
Well, I'm good now, but I know I pissed my pants when I first saw the trailer for The World Ends With You.